Welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and I'm from Beyond Your Sun Sign. This is your weekly tarot reading for December 27th to January 3rd. And all you got to do is relax and take in the messages. Okay, so this is for every zodiac sign, but we're starting off with Aries, right? So Aries, you guys actually have two cards this week, and it is the Magician card and the Seven of Wands. So when it comes to the Magician card, that's pretty much being like, okay, what did I create? What have I manifested? What have I brought into my awareness that I've now attracted in? And what you've attracted in that you're going to recognize over this next week is the Seven of Wands, that your foundation is crumbling. You're fighting for something that you've created. You know what I mean? I think that Aries energy, like I was saying last week, needs to fight. It's almost like a love language. So just by your natural energy, you're putting out the vibration of conflict and confrontation, because that's how you grow. That's how you expand your energy. So you're putting out all of that vibration, and it's coming back in a way that says, what are you fighting for? You created this mess that you're in. Mess is, an easy way to put it. But at the end of the day, this is something that you felt was going to make you feel secure, was going to make you feel that sense of peace and home and like an inner belonging. But at the end of the day, it's just pretty much crumbling. And now it's like, okay, what pieces am I even fighting for? So keep that in mind over this week. Like, look around for little bits of information, little signs from the universe that says, this is what you manifested. This is what you asked for. This is what you vibed out for. And now what is the point? What are you still fighting for? Right? It's kind of like, reminds me of the Titanic movie, right? Like at the end of the day, people just either were jumping off or just dealing with the fact that the boat was going down, that the ship was going down. And it's like, well, this was my sense of security. And now that sense of security is falling apart. What am I doing? Am I staying and going down with it? What am I fighting for? Am I trying to fight for my life? Am I trying to fight for other people? Am I trying to fix the ship? Like, what are you doing here? And really figuring that out so that next week you can start to apply this energy and say, okay, I'm realizing now that the ship is done and I need to figure out another way to save myself. And as always, reach out if you need help. All right, so next up we have Taurus energy. We have the Queen of Wands. So Taurus, you guys had this last week, right? We were talking about a female fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and just looking at their optimism, looking at the fact that at the end of the day, they have a lot of pride when it comes to things that they've nurtured, things that they've given birth to, things that they've grown. They are very, very boastful about that, very proud of that. And it's time to just kind of give them their props, right? Like, I think there's going to always be that conflict, because when you think about Earth, your Taurus energy being Earth, and you think about the fire energy of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, combine that together and you have scorched earth, right? Like, nothing can grow on scorched earth. So here you are trying to plant seeds, but this fire sign is so focused on the seeds that they've already planted that they feel that you have burnt. Think about it. Do you think the animals, after there's a massive forest fire, the animals are like, what the hell? Where's my home? And that's essentially what this fire sign is saying. Hey, Taurus, like, I've burnt up your forest, and now you're looking around like, what can I have? What can I create? Who's coming to, rebuild with me? And it's ultimately kind of on this female fire sign spewing out that fire. And it's time to really realize, okay, like they are incredibly proud of what they've built and the fire that they've put out there, even though they're realizing that it is scorching your earth and scorching your forest. But, their pride will not allow them to back down. So it's kind of like, now let's move on to the next forest, plant some new seeds. I don't know, find more, fertile earth to grow on. Got to figure it out. Use this week to really, really figure it out so that next week this person isn't coming back into your life and into your aura, right? All right, next up after Taurus, we have Gemini. So Gemini, we have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is all about hasty decision-making, like kind of just, Gemini is that air energy. So it's going to be a lot harder for the air energy to just think about something before saying yes or doing it. It's more like just impulsively, saying what you got to say or doing what you got to do without really thinking about it. And over this week, there is another opportunity coming in that will very quickly be a really, really quick manifestation of a thought or a feeling or an action. And it's on you to just trust that you can say yes or do the action without thinking about it. Just hell yes, going for it, not overthinking it, not stressing about it, not worrying about it. just really going for it. Okay. All right. Next up after Gemini, we have Cancer energy, and we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a female air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. And this Queen of Swords definitely is able to birth something very easily and nurture that birthing energy very easily. And they kind of sit on that throne of birth, like very proud of what they have created. And that's really where they're getting a lot of their foundation from. That's where they're feeling very rooted and secure and comfortable. And this is something that's going to trigger you, Cancer, because you're a natural maternal nurturing energy, whereas you have more comfort with that family security, with that love, with that nourishment. And then this air sign is kind of like playing house, where it's like, yeah, I created this, like the air sign talking. Yeah, I created this, and I'm going to sit on this throne of what I nurtured. And you as a Cancer are like, actually, like, that's not how it works, right? Like, we nurture this thing that we give birth to in order for it to go off on its own. You don't just sit on it after you've given birth. That's like, it makes me think of a bird laying an egg and then continuing to sit on the little baby bird after it's been birthed. You as a Cancer know to then allow that baby bird to fly and, you know, still along the way nurturing that baby bird. But for some reason, this air sign is not getting it, and they're continuing to sit on something that they've given birth to, and it's time to allow it to fly. So you can hopefully help that air sign out through this week and just kind of giving them those little nudges, being like, time to let your bird fly, right? Okay, next up we have Leo energy. Leo energy is the 5 of Swords. So Leos, there's a change happening in your personal life. There's somebody there that is like a negative cloud over you. Like, this person really likes to rain on your parade, and it 100% is jealousy. Like, I'm just going to be that person to say it because you already feel that. You have absolutely so much for others to be envious of. And unfortunately, what this person is doing is seeing that you're having your parade, seeing that you're having your lovely picnic, and here they are like a rain cloud, just constantly trying to put out your fire. And they're like smirky about it. They're like kind of like happy and deceivious about it. They're very like, it's icky, right? It's a total ick. And what they're really forcing you to do is then make a change, right? When we think about having that picnic and your rain cloud coming, are you just going to sit there and continue to have a picnic? Knowing you Leos, you're probably going to get up and dance in the rain, or you're going to run away screaming, don't want to get your hair wet, right? So really asking yourself, what are you going to do about this rain cloud of a person? Are you going to allow them to ruin your time? You're going to allow them to ruin your parade? Or are you going to go have fun somewhere else? Because you are the party. Like, you can move it inside and it's going to probably end up being better, or you're going to be dancing in the rain. It's going to be more of an experience, something to remember. So don't allow this rain cloud of a person to do what they've been trying to do, which is essentially just get you wet and put out your fire, put out your energy. Do not allow them. Do not give them that permission. Make the change. All right, so after Leo, we have Virgo energy, and the Virgo energy this week is the Sun card. So the Sun card, enough said, right? Just feeling really optimistic, really happy. You know, you're going to be singing a lot more this week just because it feels right. Like, something has really created a happiness within you. And it's linked also to like a pride energy as well, like a passion pride, because I'm seeing, you know, this flag right here, the baby holding that flag. So the flag being, think about it, like waving that pride of happiness, that flag of happiness, being really passionate about it too, because it has red energy, but there's also like an orange energy of optimism. So something this week has come along and has just made you feel really proud, really happy, really optimistic. And it's time to allow that happiness to just fully engulf you. You know, a lot of the times Virgo energy wants to overanalyze something. That is the analytical nature of the Virgo. So it's coming in, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. But you're looking at it being like, is this too good to be true? Like, what have I done to deserve this? Don't analyze it. Just embrace the fact that you have earned this and just fill your life with flowers. Allow that energy to come in. Allow yourself to smell the roses just for this week. And then after this week, you can go back to analyzing it, being like, is this too good to be true? But just this week, sing, be happy, embrace the fact that there is optimism and passion and something to be very, very proud of. Okay. Congrats, Virgo. All right. Next up, we have Libra, and we have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups, you know, another enough said card, pretty much being like, yeah, family's good. You know, it's been a great holiday season. People are dancing, they're happy, they're laughing. One thing that I notice with this card a lot of the times, things I notice, is the masculine energy has his arm, his hand on the feminine's energy's waist, on her lower back, right? So it's not on her shoulders, which would have represented responsibility. It's on the hip, right? And the hip represents our changeable energy. When you think about dancing, also when you put your hands on your hips, being like, instinctively being like, I'm not moving. So a lot of times we'll have hip problems when we refuse to embrace changes. So this masculine energy is their work because it's their hand, right? If we're going to really dissect this, the hand represents the work that we do. So this masculine energy's work is now being placed on the female energy's hip, saying it's okay to embrace the changes that my work has brought into our family and our relationship. So that's something that is really going to be apparent over this next week, that the masculine energy in your family, their work, their accomplishments are affecting your ability to change and the changes that are coming in for you. And this is creating a new beginning that you're going to recognize over this week. And it's a super positive one. So if you're not finding the positive shift in the masculine energy's work toward you, then, might be time to look at the other aspects of your chart and see where else you can kind of, if you have your moon and, moon in Leo and being like, oh, it's because there's still like that negative energy. But at the end of the day, this person, this masculine energy in your family, in your home, is helping you in a positive way embrace changes. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Scorpio. Oh my gosh, this gets me so fucking hyped. All right. Ace of Wands. We have a new beginning for Scorpio. Like this new beginning, it's like it comes out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I don't know if you guys just like manifested with your new year resolutions, but a lot of times what happens in numerology, you'll feel it, right? Like December 1st, you would feel like a small little shift. January 1st, you're going to feel a bigger shift, because not only are we shifting into the vibration of a new month, we're also shifting into the vibration of a new year. So the new year being 2022, which is all about nourishment, our domestic duties, harmony, balance, beauty. Like this new beginning, it's almost like January 1st hits and you just feel this new beginning coming like a cloud, like literally a stroke of good luck. And this is something that's going to give you a lot of growth. It's like you're getting a lot of thumbs up for it too. Like this is something that other people are like, holy shit, Scorpio, good for you. Let us know in the comments what your new beginning is. Even if it feels like a new form of mind or something very small, it's something big to you. A lot of the times when we pull the Ace of Wands, we're like, oh my God, I'm going to get a call from Oprah. Actually, no. What you're going to do is you're going to get a call from your mom that, is just a small little help. Here, I forgot to give you this gift card, for Christmas, that ends up being exactly what you're manifesting, which rolls into, buying that suit that you need for that interview that gets you the new job. So this is something, a new beginning that is based on inspired action. Keep an eye out and then let us know in the comments. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Sagittarius. So this is the Temperance card. Okay. So the Temperance card, as I've described it a couple times before, is really recognizing your angelic energy, like recognizing that you are a positive, optimistic energy in a lot of people's lives. And it's not until we shifted from Sag energy over your Sag season into Capricorn energy that people feel that, right? Like you feel it around December 21st, right? When you move into that Capricorn energy, December 21st is when people start to really feel that stress of the holidays, right? It's like, okay, now it's just an obligation. But before, like from November 22nd to December 21st, the Sag energy is like, oh, shopping, like gifts and wrapping and Christmas cheer. And then as soon as Capricorn season comes in, winter solstice, it's like, it's that pump of that brakes. So people really recognize the difference between the Sag energy and the rest of the zodiac. The fact that Sag is sandwiched between the intensity of Scorpio and the restrictions of Capricorn magnifies your energy. But Sages, we effing love you guys. We love your energy. And it's time for you to just embrace that. You are an angelic presence in a lot of people's lives. But because you're kind of like on the fence right now, not knowing how to fully integrate your energy into other people's lives, you've just been freed from restrictions that you've been feeling over this last year, so it's really a time to just fully embrace your Sag energy. even though we're living in a time right now where restrictions are paramount, right? So the Sag is struggling the most because you guys need to be wild and free, horses that can't be tamed. And here we have is, you know, the Saturn influence coming in saying, actually, yeah, you are going to be tamed, right? It's that Saturn and Capricorn energy. So here we have Temperance card saying, Sag, use this week to recognize that you've been not fully integrating your amazing, optimistic, positive, fun energy into your life. And this is your invitation to please do that. We need more fun. We need more excitement. All right, so next up we have Capricorn and then Aquarius and Pisces. So Capricorn is the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a super, super good card. It seems like a lot of people have been shifting with this 2022 energy. 2022 energy will benefit the ones who have always been responsible. That's why we have Scorpio, you know, getting positive energy. That's why we have, you know, Virgo getting positive energy. Now we have Capricorn allowing you to make that shift, to turn the wheel, to take the wheel and say, I am now in control of the new beginnings that I want to set out for myself this birthday season. What are you accomplishing? What are you doing? This is your week to really get clear about what you taking the wheel. Where are you going? Right? Like, don't just hop into the car and be like looking around, being like, where am I going? No, take control of the wheel and drive, you know, and really, you know, figure out where you're going. Put that route in the GPS of the universe and say, this is my destination. This is where I want to go. Now I'm driving, but universe, you're going to show me the route and I'm going to follow every direction. Even if I see that there's a little bit of traffic, there's a slowdown here. There's all these red lines. There's an accident here. I'm still taking this route because I trust the universe is going to get me to my destination. So put it in your GPS this week, your destination, and then wait for the universe to give you those, turn rights, right? All right, next up we have Aquarius, and Aquarius, like, whew, this is definitely a difficult, challenging card to have, and it's interesting that it's right underneath of the Leo 5 of Swords, because these two cards together, like, to me, they pretty much represent the same thing. However, with Leo, we have that deception or somebody trying to be that, you know, negative energy in your life, and they're doing it in a smirking way, right? They're doing it in a very obvious, deceptive way. But then here we have Aquarius, where this person is sneaking around. So it's still that deception, not so much of the negative clouds like Leo. So it's not as obvious, right? We see the clouds in the sky, but this deception is masked under clear skies, right? And the skies are yellow, meaning optimism, positivity. So it's kind of like that fake positivity energy that a lot of, like, I guess you could say the false light workers were pushing, where it's like, no, just be happy, just be happy, just embrace it. You know, I'm not going to acknowledge your traumas. I'm not going to acknowledge what you're saying or what you're hurting. Just, you know, be happy, right? Just, oh, it's all part of whatever. So fake positivity is affecting your ability now to embrace true positivity, right? Because it's not the whole fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's good in theory, but it's also a cop-out. It's when we actually integrate and go inward and say, actually, I'm not making it right now, and I'm going to embrace that right now. I'm going to look at it logically. I'm going to feel it. You know, I was just reading about air sign energy, and what it was saying is air signs have trouble in feeling their feelings, because what they do is they'll have that blow, and then they need to process it before they feel it. So something will happen and be like, no big deal, I'm over it. And it'll be like 3 months later where, you know, we're in bed devastated, and it's like, what's wrong? And it's like, oh, what happened 3 months ago? And it's like, oh, we thought that you were over that because you were so chill about it when it happened. That's just how the air sign energy works. It's seeing that cloud, you know, and not think about it, how long it takes for a storm to hit down. And then you're in the shock of the storm. It's like, okay, I can get through this. And it's like, holy shit. Now I'm looking at the destruction around me. What do I got to do now in order to pick up those pieces and rebuild my life? So this week is really a recognition of the false positivity that is deceiving you in your life, embracing it, saying, I get the point, but now I'm going to use this week in order to embrace the negativity instead of having that false positivity and really moving through it so I can actually honor that positivity. All right, next up we have Pisces. Pisces, you guys are the only ones with your card face down. Like, what are you afraid to see here? And it's funny because this card popped out at the same time as the Scorpio energy face down. So you're being influenced by Scorpio energy's new beginning this week. And what you're not looking at is the 9 of Wands. You got to let go of something. It's just not working out. So Scorpio energy, if you have any Scorpios around you, which I'm sure that you do, like be diligent, even if it's just like an influencer that you know that you're really connected to, a sibling in law, like whoever it is, this is person that may not be completely directly linked to you, but it could be a one-off person. There's something that this Scorpio energy is doing that is a new beginning, that is showing you that you don't have the space for new beginnings. So there's almost like, I don't want to say like an envy, but envy is the only word in the English language that I can use, unfortunately. But it is almost an envy where it's like, look, Scorpio has the space in order to embrace a new beginning. Even if that happened to you, you wouldn't even be capable of embracing it because you're so overburdened. You have so much going on here that is all hanging on by a thread, and you have to let go of something you've been holding on way too tight. Let it end. It's dead. It's dead. Like, I know I've been swearing a lot this reading. It's dead. Let it go. Okay, Pisces, moveon.com. It's time to just let go so that you can see that you have the space, just like Scorpio, to embrace a new beginning that should be coming in the next week or so. But if you're still holding on to this, how on earth would there even be space, right? When it comes to manifesting, if there's no room for it, right? Like it's kind of like on The Secret, in that movie, in that documentary, I guess you could say, the person was saying that she wanted a new relationship, she wanted a new beginning, but there was absolutely no room in her closet. She sleeps in the middle of the bed. Like there was no space for a new beginning. So why would the universe grant her that? She couldn't even mentally think about sleeping next to somebody or sharing her closet. So how could she manifest it? Let go of something that you've been holding on to way too tight. Okay. And if you need help, like I'm seeing the letter C, if you need help, if it's a job, if it's whatever, if it's a person, place, thing, message me and I can literally pull one card to be like, that's what it is. Let it go. Pull another card. How do I let it go? How do I make sure it's not going to come back? Like pull your cards, do your work this week only. Okay. All right. As always, if you guys would like a personalized reading, you can reach out to me. You can email me beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram @beyondyoursunsign, or comment below. I'll link you. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.